Good evening, I'm Marlos Refutation, and I will be refuting a claim made by Sandra that said that the consumption of bottled water significantly threatens consumers and the environment. And to do this, I'm going to refute her three secondary claims. First one being that bottled water turns water into a privatized commodity. The second one being bottled water can actually be harmful to consume, and that the production of bottled water is damaging to the environment. Okay, so in response to our first claim, that bottled water turns water into a privatized commodity, she does prove that indeed it is a consumer product, but that doesn't necessarily threaten consumers at all. Freedom of choice is still preserved because we can still choose to have bottled water or get free water from our sink or refrigerator or even from a public drinking fountain. So, yeah, we're not threatened directly at all. Our rights are still preserved as Americans, and that argument is not a good one. Okay. In response, okay, now moving on to our secondary claim that bottled water can actually be harmful to consume. Okay, and in doing so, she claims that she makes a distinction that the EPA regulates tap water and the FDA regulates bottled water, with the EPA having much stricter regulations than the FDA. However, she also mentions that some manufacturer companies actually use tap water in their bottled water. So in putting two and two together, if the EPA regulates tap water already, and manufacturers use that tap water approved by the EPA in their bottled water, the bottled water is already safe to consume because it's been approved by the EPA. So it doesn't really support her claim that bottled water is hazardous. It's actually safe because it was indirectly approved by the EPA. She also references a group of chemicals known as phthalates, which can be leached into the water from the plastic bottle or the plastic cap if left for a long period of time. And she says that this group of chemicals can cause adverse effects on human hormones. However, she doesn't give us any real life case, just the potentials of what this chemical can do. And so while I was looking for it, I saw no victims of such effects, and she didn't present any either. And according to the FDA webpage regarding phthalates, they reference that phthalates are found in numerous products such as toys, vinyl flooring, wall coverings, detergents, lubricating oils, food packaging, pharmaceuticals, blood bags and tubing, and personal care products, and numerous cosmetics. So we're exposed to phthalates on a daily basis, and the fact that there has been no reported case of someone getting affected or ill because of such chemicals, it doesn't make total sense. And if these chemicals are known to cause adverse effects, why is the FDA actually allowing the use of these chemicals in numerous daily products? The truth is, every chemical known to man has the potential to be toxic. All that matters is the dose of whatever chemical you're consuming or being exposed to. And so, according to the FDA webpage, again, an expert panel convened from 1998 to 2000 by the National Toxicology Program, which was part of the International Institute for Environmental Safety and Health, concluded that the reproductive risks from exposure to phthalates were minimal to negligible in some cases. So the dose that's presented not only from water bottles, but also in our daily lives it shouldn't be a major concern. So bottled water is actually pretty safe and does not need, and its safety does not need any more concern. So her last claim, production of bottled water is damaging to the environment, and that is true, but it's true for any sort of product. Any sort of product is going to use up a resource, and it's going to give off a waste. So the goal of any environmentally friendly company is not to like reduce impact to zero, but reduce it in some way. And that is what some bottle companies are doing, in reducing the amount of plastic that's being used in their water bottles, or with advances in technology, finding new innovative ways to use resources, find better production methods. And a big one is simply to recycle. And she does mention that many Americans don't really recycle, but that rate has been increasing. According to figures released jointly by the Association of Post-Consumer Plastic Recyclers and the American Chemistry Council, they said that plastic bottle recycling grew 120 million pounds in 2013 to top 2.9 billion pounds for the year. And the 24th Annual National Post-Consumer Plastics Bottle Recycling Report marked the 24th consecutive year that Americans have increased the pounds of plastic bottles returned for recycling. The pounds of used bottles collected for recycling in the United States has grown each year since this industry began in 1990. So, with increased awareness of reduced reuse and recycling, and with advances in technology, we will eventually minimize environmental impact. And so it's sort of like a claim of future fact that eventually environmental impact will become almost negligible. So that's my claim, and I hope that you see that bottled water is not as dangerous as it's made out to be. Thank you.